Baruch Hashem, we're thanking heaven to have ourselves, to have our own souls, to have our own hearts that we can feel with, that we can think with. Because a person, he wants to learn and he wants to develop, he wants to grow, he wants to rise and to shine and to succeed. But the world is full with criticism, and the world is full with judgments, and the world is full with different ideas, different methods and theories and ways of thinking. And if a person would depend and give and put his trust on others all the time to guide him, in reality, you know that as the number of doctors is the number of medications and advice that they will give you to your situation, as the number of rabbis and teachers is the number of methods in the Jewish rules of halakha, as the number of teachers and mentors, you're going to find advice and ways to run your life and to follow their life experience. And you cannot follow all of them. You cannot really embrace and accept and take upon yourself to follow all those opinions and all those methods, because you're an individual and you must find your own way, and you find it hard to accept and to learn from so many people around you. And even if you are open-minded to listen and to hear and to take it from others, you should always be tuned to the inner voice of yours that is shining in a very unique and special light. And sometimes, even if you hear a very wise person or a very honest person that is telling you something from his heart, you still find it very, very hard to accept, because it contradicts your inner feeling. It contradicts a certain passion that is pulling you and calling you to a certain completion, to a certain achievement, that you feel an inner urge, an inner passion to achieve that thing, and you cannot ignore and quiet that voice, because that voice might be the purpose of your life, the reason of your existence. One feels he needs to be a teacher, one feels he needs to cross the sea, one feels he needs to learn Gemara, one feels he needs to go to a synagogue, and one feels that he must stop going to that synagogue already. And everyone is different. And that inner voice is the speaker of heaven that speaks to us from within. And that is that shofar gadol. Shofar gadol is the way that the Creator will call us before the day of redemption. And the shofar, we know the shofar. I'll show you the shofar. Maybe. If I'll be able to show you the shofar. I have a shofar with me here in my office. We have a shofar. You see the shofar? That's the shofar. So the shofar is very, very unique and special. Why? Because it's thin from one side and it's wide from the other side. And this is the way that the Creator is calling us. He's calling us from the narrow side, and you hear the voice from the wide one, from the wide side. Mina metzar karatia, from the narrow place I called Hashem, Anani b'merchavya, but from the wide, from the horizon, from the flat ground and earth, the Creator answered me. It means that when you call Hashem from your constrictions, from your difficulties, from your challenges, You scream to Hashem and you call Hashem and you say to Hashem, I feel so hard and it's so painful and I can't find myself. When you call Him from that painful place, from that place that you suffer and you struggle, the voice is rising into the shofar and going out and will be sound in heaven. And then the Creator will answer you from within. Because the voice, when he hits the wall, so there is an echo that comes back, like the beam of light that hits the wall and goes back. So the voice and the sound has the same nature. When it goes out from one place, it's going to find itself coming back as an echo. So when you are calling the Creator from within your soul, through your inner channel, through your soul, you're calling Him in a way that will create an echo. Many times in prayer, if you will pay attention to your own words when you are running that individual prayer, when you talk to Hashem like you talk to your best friend in your own language and expressing your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions, you will see that in the words of your own prayer, you're already being answered. You're saying to Hashem, for an example, please Hashem, help me. You hear in those words, Hashem, help me. Hashem is helping me. Even if I just asked for it, the fact that I asked was already the beginning of my salvation. And every person should listen and be tuned to his own words when he's talking to the Creator, and to try to understand what Hashem is telling me even in my own words. Like the first line, the first sentence that we mention while we pray Shemona Esrei. We say, Hashem, Sfatai Tiftach. We're asking Hashem to open our lips. And by that we are expressing our knowledge that we cannot pray without Hashem putting the words into our mouths. We know that our prayer is something that we are receiving from heaven. And the exile of the mouth, the exile of the prayer, that is the darkness and the exile that a person experiences. When you have simple hitbodedut, simple conversation with the Creator, then your exile stops. When you're in exile, you cannot talk. Am Yisrael, the nation of Israel, when they were in Egypt, they suffered. For hundreds of years they suffered. And why they suffered? They suffered because that they were not calling the Creator. But the Creator was waiting and hoping for them to come back and to call Him. And when they called Him, Vaitz'aku el Hashem, like the verse is saying, they called and screamed to Hashem, to heaven, Vatal Shavatam. So their cry went and rised back up to heaven, like an echo. And the echo came back to them. The voice went up, hit the wall of tears, hit the heart of the Creator, and then went back down as a salvation. The Redeemer woke up. Suddenly Moses is walking and going and coming to deep understandings and realizations, and he receives a godly message in the burning bush, and he wakes up and he takes a decision and he goes back to Egypt and he meets his brother Aaron, and on and on and on. And things are developing when you call Hashem. And how you need to call Hashem? Hashem is close to everyone who calls Him with truth. You need to be honest. You don't need to be righteous. You don't need to be pure. You don't need to be wealthy. You don't need to be healthy. You don't need to be handsome. You don't need to be precious. You don't need to be blonde or brunette or tall or skinny or fat or strong. You don't need to be anything. You need to be truthful. And even if you're holding the most lousiest and low truth of them all, to say to Hashem, Hashem, the truth is that I'm a liar. Hashem, the truth is that I am lazy. Hashem, the truth is that I don't have no power and no will to move. even if that's the truth, when you're going to speak it out, the voice will rise and hit the board, the heart, the tablet of the heart of the Creator, and the echo will come back to you, and you will be healed, and the light will shine back upon you, and will heal you, and will heal all your pain, all your sickness, just because you were honest. But a group of liars cannot experience the Spirit of Heaven, cannot see the face of Hashem. If people are lying to themselves, oh, Father in heaven, I only want you. The real truth is that I desire you, and I wish to learn Torah all day long. Why, when there is a smell of barbecue, you forget about the Gemara Kedosha? Why, when there is a smell of a good meal, you forget about all your amazing spiritual meditations and your stomach start talking to you with weird noises? Because you're a liar. Because you're lying to yourself, and you think that you can lie to Hashem. And you think that you can pretend, oh me, I want to be so pure. I only want Hashem. I only want purity. I only want to do grace and kindness all day long. Pathetic liar. You like barbecue, and you want to rest in peace, and you're lazy, and you're heavy, and you want everyone to serve you, and you want everyone to give you compliments even that you're not worthy for those, and you want everyone to run for you and to take care of your needs, and you rather to lie on your back and to wait for the salvation, and if it will come and not gonna come, as long as they're gonna let you lie on your back so everything is fine by you, and you know your truth about yourself. So allow yourself to be truthful and to admit the truth and to do tshuva. Not every one of you is so horrible and so bad that needs to be blamed for so many horrible things. We're giving so many examples, that's just that we're not gonna miss any of you guys. But at least one lacking everyone can recognize in himself. At least one. Look for one lacking, one laziness, one stubbornness, one bad attribute that you hold. Admit that. Take that to the Creator and be honest with Him. Tell Him, listen, let's be honest. I'm carrying that cargo. I have that scratch. I have that problem. I have that defect, that default. I have that issue that is bothering me, that I'm not able to get rid of, that even if I want to, I'm finding it very hard to. And sometimes I'm not sure that I want to even get rid of that bad habit, of that lust, of that desire. And that voice of truth will be heard. Why? Because Hashem is close to you. And when someone is close to you and you speak to him, so he can hear you. Hashem is coming closer and closer to you when you're being more and more honest. But when you're saying lies, so by that you're rejecting Hashem. Dover shkarim, a lying person, lo yikon leneged einav, cannot stand in front of his eyes. If you cannot stand in front of his eyes, it means that he's far and you're far away from him. So if he is far and you're far away from him, when you talk, he cannot hear you. So it's simple as that. When you're being honest, when you're being truthful, your words are coming close to Hashem, and He can hear the voice, and you're going to hear the beautiful echo of your prayer being answered, and the answer from Hashem for sure will hold blessing. And the blessing does not mean always a clear salvation, a huge wonder and a miracle. No. Sometimes it's to get more power and more strength to go even deeper in your search and to make another progress in your path and to be brave and strong, to admit your lackings and to accept on yourself the responsibility for your own life and not to give up on your own hope, and to get the strength from heaven to be honest and to keep on marching in that path of truth to make another step and another development. Someone here is asking, how do you lie to God? You can't. So, dear sister, I hope you're not going to surprise yourself, but the majority of people are lying to themselves. 99.9 of human race are lying to themselves and lying to the Creator and pretending to be different than they are. And it's a clear thing. The majority of people are not being honest all day long, and they need a lot of chizuk, a lot of strength to be more and more honest and truthful in their journey. And that's what we are here for, to give inspiration, sharing a little bit from our life journey, allowing you to enter into the rooms of our house, of our heart, and giving you advice that for sure will heal you, that for sure will give you strength and motivation to rise and to shine, and advice that will always help to be honest and to be truthful, to admit your own lackings and not to be scared. You're scared to admit the truth when you don't realize how much the Creator loves you and how great is His unconditional love to you. But when you realize that the Creator, He is the source of mercy and source of love and source of kindness and kindness itself, then you can be very open with Him and can really talk like you talk to your best friend, to someone loyal. Hashem is a blessing, and the Creator, He loves us, and He's waiting for our words of truth, and we should be stubborn about the redemption and asking and demanding the complete salvation with no end. And I'm asking you to be my partners in that mission, always to mention the redemption, always to talk about the final salvation of all this creation, that everyone will be redeemed, and that there will be no one left behind, and that all the animals will be taken care of, and that all the rainforest will be healed, and all the dry and burnt lands, and all the families that suffered, and all the individuals that are under terror will be healed and will be accepted and loved and respected greatly. To care about everyone, and to scream and to pray and to beg for the complete salvation and to the whole redemption for the whole universe. And if those prayers will be heard in a positive way, because they will come out from an honest and truthful heart, they will be answered. We will hear the echo coming back, the voice of Hashem that is saying to us, I came back, here I am, to answer your prayers and to fulfill your dreams and to provide all your needs and to give you what that the godly heart of the Creator desires to give to His loved ones. Thank you, everyone. Be strong and stubborn on that, to insist, fight for the truth, to reveal it, and to unlock our true potential, and to reveal the inner treasures that are still covered under the blankets of despair and low self-esteem of ours. Reject the dust and filth from your eyes and the earth that is blocking your eyesight. Rise and shine, because your day is promised to come, that your glory and your beauty will be out and shining to the world to be seen. For that we need to rise and shine and believe in ourselves and let the light of our truth shine. Amen.
Amen.
The world does not exist, because Olam Milshon Ne'elem, the world is just blocking the light of truth. The world called Alma Deshika, world of light, is just a fake. We're just inside of an illusion. It's just a fake. We're just inside of an illusion.
We're just inside of an illusion.